So good morning. Today we're going to be trimming grapes. This property, as well as all the properties around here, used to be active grape farms. Most of them have been abandoned and they've all grown up. But on these properties are still these old grapes. On this property I think we have 4 varieties: Catawbas, Delawares, Werdens, and Concords. They're still here, they're still viable, but they've just all gone wild. So we have been trying to find them, and I don't know if like this one here. I don't know what this is. I don't know what variety of grape this is, but I know it's a trimmable grape. I did trim it back last year, but the problem is when you trim these grapes back as far as they need to be trimmed, you don't get grapes that year. And I'll show you why. Last year I trimmed this way back and let it grow. Now we're going to come back and trim it, and this year we should have some grapes, because you get the grapes on the new growth from the previous year. And because I trimmed this all back, there was no new growth left, but it did throw out a lot of vines. So now we're going to trim a lot of the extra vines off and hopefully have some grapes on this, and we'll know what kind of grape it is this summer, because it will throw some grapes, if that makes any sense. So trimming grapes is pretty boring, but I made a video this summer on making a peach blueberry cobbler in a Dutch oven, and it turned out really good. I think you're going to enjoy it. Enjoy this video. So right now we're headed down to the tent, and we're going to make a peach blueberry cobbler in the Dutch oven. It's going to be awesome. We're going to show you how to do it. So today we're going to make an awesome peach blueberry cobbler in our Lodge 10-inch Dutch oven. So the first thing we have to do is start our charcoal briquettes in our briquette starter, get those going really well. We'll mix up all our ingredients and start cooking. So while the briquettes are warming up, let's show you the tent. If you haven't seen our other videos on putting this tent up, you should go look at them. Natalie and I spent some time building this deck, cutting these logs, peeling them, drying them, making the frame to put this tent on. We talked to the folks over at Davis Tent about building us this custom sized tent with the custom awning, and they were more than happy to do it, and they did an awesome job.
The first thing I need to do is put the cinnamon and sugar mixture into the berries and let them juice up a little bit. So everything is pre-measured. I'm just going to toss this in there. So that was a half a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm going to put a little lemon juice, like a teaspoon of lemon juice in there, and I just brought down part of a lemon that I already had put into. And I'm just going to squeeze lemon in there.
Okay, so while the ingredients are being mixed, we've got to melt 1 stick of butter in our 10-inch pan. So what I'm going to do is, I've got these briquettes. They're perfect. They're red and hot. I'm going to take some briquettes, pull them out, set them on my stone here, put them underneath, and I'm going to probably do about 10 briquettes. I don't really keep count. I just put a bunch underneath there. So then we got our briquettes. We're gonna stick this on there. That'll get our our Dutch oven heating up, and we're going to take a stick of butter and melt it.
While the butter's melting, I'm going to mix up the rest of the ingredients. So again, I pre-measured my flour, sugar, and baking powder, salt. I have 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt. Just makes it so easy. And I mix it together with 1.5 cups of milk, which I also pre-measured. So I'm just gonna make a little hole in the middle, mix it all together. So you want to beat it up until the batter is smooth, and that looks pretty good. The recipe calls to put a little bit of water in with the blueberries, but I'm actually going to dump in a little bit of this peach juice, and that is going to give it that extra special flavor, and that's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
So let's go check the butter. So we've got our 10-inch skillet. We've got 10 briquettes underneath there. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, see, that butter's nice and melted. And this lid is a little bit warm.
So the first thing we're going to do is, with our smooth batter, I'm going to pour it over that melted butter. So that's our first layer. Ooh. And then we're going to carefully plop the blueberries on top of the batter. Separate those all around. Take the pine needle out. That's not a secret ingredient. And then add some peach chunks. Blueberry and peaches, cinnamon and sugar. It's gonna be delish. And the batter just cooks. Will come right over the top. That looks good. I'm gonna put the top on.
So now that we have the ingredients in the Dutch oven, I'm going to start stacking our very hot briquettes on the top. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's do an even dozen. What the heck? So we got a dozen up there. I'm going to put some more around the base just because I want it to be cooking. So we're going to put some more out right around the outside, so some of that heat flows up along the edge, so we get a nice even cook. If you know what I mean. So now it's just a matter of turning the lid and turning the base, because you don't want any hot spots. So normally what I'll do is I'll turn the base clockwise and I'll turn the lid counterclockwise, quarter of a turn, about every 10 minutes or so. And that eliminates any hot spots and any burns. As that's cooking, I'm gonna replenish my briquettes. So if I need to replace some, I've got some. I have some to replace them with. I think it's done. When it starts pushing steam out and you can smell it, it's pretty much done. So let's take a look at it. Oh,
Looks good to me.
well,
Looks great.
nice brown crust. Oh my. Can you smell it? Oh my.